Hi, and welcome back to Danielle's Desk. Today we're doing a flip through of my 2023 Creating & Co. book journal. To almost shelve this book journal. I am currently in my 2024, but I do have one outstanding challenge that is in here, and that is the winter challenge. So once I am done with that, which will probably be this month, fingers crossed, I do believe, that I will definitely shelve this one. It's just kind of been out because I knew that I needed to film this video. But what you're looking at is the Creating & Co. book journal. I've shown this quite a bit in the year 2023, 2022. I think 2022 is actually when it first came out, but this is my second full year flip through that I am doing here on the channel. I will make sure to have Creating & Co. linked below, and also a code which is going to be Freckle10 for you to save 10% in case you want to peruse the website and build your own book journal. So the cover that you're seeing right now is not available in the shop. However, I believe that the gray one is, and I do have the gray one right here. I've shown this a bit on the channel as well, but this is the gray one. I believe that this one is still available on the website. I know that in this year she's going to be coming out with another color, which I'm very excited about. But this is the one that I currently have. The laminated or laminate cover that you see here is also from Creating & Co. I'm unsure if this one is available as well, but you can definitely check the website. I don't have any of my pockets or anything decorated because I've just removed everything. I am not currently in this, so I didn't want any type of decorative, type elements and things like that on here. I do get questions about storage. So my 2022 one, I'm just going to show you. This is my 2022 one. I keep them on the disc. These are discs that I'm not using. And for some of my daily type pages, I do have them paper clipped, and I have them right here. And I just keep them stored just on my cart. So these are like my extra dailies. It'll make it too thick and wouldn't fit. So I have this in a binder clip, and then I just keep the majority of everything just on disc. And like I said, they're just discs that I no longer use or need. And even if I did, I could always swap it out and things like that. So it will be much of the same for this one. These are white discs. I don't think that I'll be using these, but you never know. I might change them out. I destash a lot of my disc in 2023, so it's not like I have some extra disc or anything. Another good thing, you could rubber band them, but the best thing that I have is the binder clips. If you just get some extra large binder clips, they will work really good. They will keep all your pages together, and then you can just kind of, sit them on your shelf. So here is the inside cover of my laminate cover, and when I do file it away, I do take off my laminate covers because I do use these. So even though this is an older one, and I like to keep things fresh and new, y'all know that, so I will change them out and things like that. And of course, I love my bookish stickers, so I don't want to just file that away and don't have that. I did not color this page. I think I may have mentioned that before, that I do not like coloring, and so with this, I did not spend the time coloring. I could at least did the little letters and numbers and things like that, but I did not do that. These are my favorite books of 2023 in case you want to take a screenshot of this. I also have this on my Instagram page, so if you wanted to go over there, that is also linked below for you to follow me there, but not too many. I'm very stingy with my 5-star reads, but this is my list, and I always do the jar challenge, and these are I think it's the first 30 or 40 books that you read in a year. I quickly fill those up, and so it's just a pretty fun challenge. I am participating in this this year. The Battle of the Books is also another fave of mine. I typically do this in the fall time. I don't know. I think I like to read a lot of mysteries and thrillers when I do this. So I typically save this challenge for the fall. And so I think I may have done this one maybe in September and this one in October. I can't remember. October and November. I can't remember. But nonetheless, None of This Is True, which is one of my 5-star reads. I highly recommend. I think that's what Lisa Jewell. Love that book so much. Highly recommend that. That ultimately was the best book when I did the Battle of the Books. Here is my top reads or most anticipated reads for 2023 and their ratings. So if you wanted to take a screenshot, I was kind of underwhelmed. I expected a lot more from some of them. Like 3-star to me is average. It is not bad. It is not good. It's just kind of in the middle. And I had quite a bit of 3 stars. I think when I was looking at my Goodreads challenge, my average reading was like 3 1/4 or something like that, which is not bad at all. But I was looking, obviously, when these are your most anticipated books, it's like, okay, they're going to give me my 4 and 5 stars that I've been craving for. Like they're going to create this sequel or whatever the case may be. And I don't know, I was just kind of underwhelmed. A couple of standout books was Raleigh Sagar. He never disappoints me. He is actually coming out with a new one in here in 2024. Typically his books come out in the summertime. Margaret Rogerson was another good one. I gave that 4 stars. Mystery of Thorn Manor. Actually was waiting until my library finally got it for me to get it. And they finally got it like towards the end of the year, because I believe that this one came out towards the beginning of 2023. Let's see what else. Silver Nitrate. I love Sylvia Moreno Garcia, so that was another good one for me. Hellbent by Alex Stern. In the Lives of Puppets, very unusual read by TJ Klune, but I really liked it. It was more of, I don't know, a sci-fi kind of book, which I don't read a lot of sci-fi. The Salt Grows Heavy. Now, Cassandra Caw, her first book was, I forgot the name of it. It's something biting something. I can't remember. It was a short book. I can remember people being so disappointed, and the Goodreads average rating was really, really low. But I loved that book. So I was actually enthusiastic about The Salt Grows Heavy, and it was just rather mediocre to me. Yellowface, highly recommend, by R.F. Kuang. The Stolen Heir, Holly Black. You've got to read that. I love The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding. She has always never disappointed me. Let's see what else. Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon was a good one, and How to Sell a Haunted House was also a very good one. The Mary Kapika, Just the Nicest Couple, was a huge disappointment for me. I think that was probably the biggest disappointment out of all of my books, my most anticipated for 2023, and I don't know. I was just very disappointed. I love Mary Kapika. When I see a book from her, I definitely, just want to read it. Here, another coloring page, which I skipped out on. And then I've never been good at my series trackers. I debated on whether to carry these pages over into 2024, and ultimately I am not. Let me tell you the reason why I struggle with these pages is because if there is a new book that is coming out and I don't know what the anticipated number of books will be in that series, it's going to irritate me if I only have 1 or 2 here. Now, ideally, I think this was meant to carry over into your next book journal and then to keep carrying over. But that bothers me. Another thing that bothers me is if I put a book and I run out of series space, like for that particular series, that's gonna bother me. So I don't know. It's just, I know it's weird and it's stupid, but I think that is my ultimate problem with this, is trying to identify which series I'm going to put on what bookshelf. So these were blank. These are my bookshelves. These are just an exhaustive list of all of the books that I have read in 2023. I don't do any coloring. I did do a couple of like deco from the Happy Planner in this and some washi tape and things like that. But I am doing the bookshelves again in 2024, and I even have some extras in here as well. The dividers, which I showed this, I think I may have done a setup video for this as well, and I will have that linked below too. These dividers are from Jane's Agenda. She no longer has this particular size, which is a B6 size in her shop, and these were actually punched for rings, and so I just cut it. I just took washi tape, put washi tape on both sides, and then punch them, and that's how I was able to use it. So if you have some type of dividers that are just sitting somewhere and you know that they would fit perfectly in your B6 journal, then this is a DIY that you can try with just using washi tape and just taking a punch, and then there you go, you're able to do it. So it was kind of like my makeshift DIY divider project. And then I think maybe, I don't know if she felt sorry for me, but I did have a friend that made some for me, and so I have some ones that I didn't have to DIY for 2024. These tabs that you see here are Avery tabs. They're really cheap tabs. Do I have some? I don't think I have some near me, but they're really cheap tabs, and that's just what I use just to give it a little decorative element since the regular tab is so far in. To be honest with you, I feel like with the cover and everything, this is more of a B6 wide, to be honest with you. And if I was to get my own inserts or anything like that, I would probably get a B6 wide instead of a B6. Here are my monthly inserts. So we will go through these. I did some really fun deco. Some of these I can't even remember where they're from. I think this deco, because Pen Paper and Plans always supplies me with New Year's stickers every year. She's like the only shop that I have that will supply me with little deco stickers, and she did for this year as well. Here I did a fun Mardi Gras, and these stickers, I don't remember where they're from. I think they may be from Coffee Planner Mom. But also Mardi Gras stickers are very hard, in my opinion, to get stickers from as well. My date covers, all of my date covers are from Peanut Butter Taco, and all of my day scripts are from Peanut Butter Taco. The monthly scripts at the top are from Creating & Co, so you can find those there. Here is April. Really cute. This shop is no longer in business. It's Rose Gold Paper Co, but I did those cute little spring fences. And then everything that you see here, except for the date covers and the other things that I mentioned, are from Via Creations. So I just did a really cute bookish. And then the stickers here are from Robin's Planning Nest with the oranges. And then I did like a boba strawberry fruit thing going on for July. And those are also from Robin's Planning Nest with the washi tape from Simply Gilded. Then we have Back to School. Like the pencil here, that is from Doodleberry. And of course, like I mentioned, all of my date covers are from Peanut Butter Taco. This is another bookish, and this is from Via Creations as well. We have our traditional Halloween with all of this from Robin's Planning Nest. And also these are from Robin's Planning Nest. This is one of my favorite. I think it's because just the colors just pop really, really well. And then lastly, we have December, and that is also from Robin's Planning Nest as well. I am going to miss the horizontal layout. I do wish that page would have continued on with the horizontal layout. I think they're the best. I don't know, something about horizontal I really love, but unfortunately I'm back to using vertical. So, and you won't be able to find this particular format in the shop. Next, we have my weeklies. And so I actually pulled out, these are some of my weeklies that I have here. And so this was actually the last week of December 2022 is what I have here. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. And I didn't do a lot of weeklies this year. And so I kind of changed things up from what I used to do. And I used to do a weekly every week. And I decided to not do that. So I only do spreads in Creating & Co. when there's a reading challenge, a readathon, or there's some type of special kit that I really want to use for that week. I kind of change things up. Primarily because of time. I love doing my book journals, but sometimes doing numerous spreads in many different planners can get very overwhelming. And so I just decided to do that, and I'm definitely okay with that. It preserves my inserts, and number two, it doesn't make my planner super thick because I was having to take weeks out so often because they were getting so thick on my disc. But this is a fun Easter one that I decided to do, and it is so cute. It is, Paige always does these spooky alter ego type kits where she will take a fun take on different holidays, and so I loved that. Here is another one. It was probably for a readathon. These are all from Paige's shop. If you shopped the big clearance sale, you might have seen some of these in the clearance sale. This was a Barbie one. I didn't even like fill it in or anything. I just did the Barbie one. I think it may have been the week that it came out. Here's another, I think, readathon that we did. Another readathon. And that I did a Christmas readathon here. And this was just one that I really wanted to use. This was another one of those fun take on holidays and things like that. So I did that, and really, really cute. And these are a few other spreads that I had that I wanted to show you that I just kind of took out. So I think this is more of the first part of the year. So this was a really cute bookish one. Really, really fun. This was one that I did not fill out but decorated. This was one of my favorite. I think I bought some pieces of this from the clearance sale. And so pretty. Into the book verse. This was from the Bookmas Advent box from 2022. So just wanted to show you a few of those spreads. And so that is it. Like I said, that's the way that I currently use it, and I love it. It takes some of the stress off of me when I'm doing my planning, which this is probably the easiest one that I have to do. What takes me the most time on these spreads are the washi tape, because if you see, I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 rolls of washi tape. So picking out that washi, deciding how is what takes me so long. It's not actually laying down the stickers, but I do love the way that washi tape looks inside the planner. Here are my TBRs, and so this is January, and I always coordinate my monthlies, and then I'll put the coordinating deco here. I was using these little tip-in things from the Happy Planner, but I started to do my own like pre-planning, which I am still doing. I didn't not film it, but I didn't get on I normally get on stories and do it with you. I didn't do that for January. I just took a picture of the new pre-planning inserts, which I am so excited about. But I was using these tip-ins, so these are really good. So if you have some Happy Planner stuff that is just laying around, some little half sheets, the HP minis will fit perfectly in here, and you can use that for making your notes, maybe for your challenges and things like that. And these TBR inserts are available on her site. So remember the boba and the oranges and all of that. So I just kind of use that in coordinating here. Pretty big reading month. Next section is new releases. So anything that's intriguing to me. This is not a full list, obviously, of books that come out for the month, but these are ones that are on my radar that I have added to my TBR. So most of the times I don't get to these. Like, I rarely read a book that has come out in the same month. Usually, if I do, it comes from book of the month. Because I try not to go buy books. I really do, which I bought a lot of used books, and you'll see that in a minute. I bought a lot of used books in 2023, but new books, I try not to. And the reason why I'm waiting is because I'm waiting on my library to get them. Because if I was to buy every book that I wanted to read, I read, 160 books in a year. I wouldn't have any room for that, you know? So I try to get them. I prefer the physical, which I've read quite a bit of audiobooks in 2023, especially the second half. I read a lot of audiobooks, and a lot where I was in tandem doing physical and then audio. So here's my reading wrap-ups. She changed the sheet a bit for 2024, which I'm actually pretty happy about. And so this is how I do it. People ask me, what are the colors? Well, I don't mark exactly if they're mystery or whatever. I know what they are, but I don't go in and like mark it or whatever. I just color it. I know what it is. If you're interested in knowing what it is, then I can tell you. I mean, but, and again, I do the coordinating deco depending on whatever monthly spread that I do. And I didn't even write in. Oh my goodness. Like, do I have this pen with me? Let's see. I don't know if I have this exact pen with me, but I'm going to write in. I didn't even write in November. It's kind of running out, but that's okay. We have December. So here's books bought. You'll see a lot of dollar amounts because I was going to Dollar Tree all the time. Every time I go in a Dollar Tree, if you follow me on Instagram, I always have to look at the book section. And so I found some really good ones. And to be honest with you, I have been reading them. They have not been sitting just on my shelf. Like every month I have tried to read books from my Dollar Tree stash. And I found some really good ones, authors that I've never heard of before. So for this page, I didn't add them up total, but this page for January and February, I spent $51.50. And granted, some of that is, well, one of that is like book of the month and things like that. And then here I spent $163. And it looks as though that, you know, I purchased a lot from book of the month that month and things like that. This is, well, actually it's for several months. So it's for March, oh, there is some February in there. So there's February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, so I feel better. I was like, oh my goodness. So these are several months, $163, but still, and yet there's some garage sales here. I bought 15 books at $10. That was at a used book sale, which I need to go back there. Speaking of that, I mean, here we go. We're just talking about me not buying books, but yet I'm thinking about going over there and getting books. Here is August through November, and we're at $88. I spent quite a bit on books, y'all. And this is November, part of November. We can just not count that since it's 0. December, I didn't add that up. I'll need to add that up. So, yeah, I spent a lot of money on books. I don't like to. I know I keep saying that, but I really don't. It's just that it's very hard for me to pass up, go to a garage sale, go to a book sale and not buy books. And then I have my library books. And so I am faithfully going to the library at least twice a month. And so here I tracked the date that I borrow it and the date that it's returned. And so like I said, I go to the library. I love the library. These will need to be taken out because I do use these. And then here are all of my challenges. And so this was the Reading Royalty Challenge. And this was the challenge for 2023. I did complete this one. She's doing it a lot differently for 2024. And I love it. It's more of an on the cover type challenge. which I love on the cover type challenges. So anyway, this is for February. This was Love Spell. This was also for February. Forever and Always reading. This was one that we did on our own. And so I read 4 books for that, with my fave being Nona the Ninth and my least The Lost Apothecary. That was also a disappointment in my opinion. I think I ended up giving it a 3 though, but it really should have been like a 2.5 or something. But the Barbie challenge was really cute. I think that was the week that I did that Barbie spread. And then Books and Bouquets was our spring challenge. And I also completed that as well. Lost in a Book was our summer challenge. And Autumn Skies was our fall challenge. And then here is the one that I said that will continue to stay until I'm done. And I still have... I finished Pet Cemetery, of course. That was a reread for me, so that's 4 stars. I finished Iron Flame, which was our group read. That's 4 stars. So I'm almost done to where I can take the picture for Instagram and for Facebook, and then just kind of store this one away. This is Falling Reads. This was another reading challenge that we did. One of Us is Back was my fave out of the whole series. One of Us, What is Lying, or whatever it is. That last book was my favorite book. I loved it because I thought all the others were mediocre. That I loved. So read the whole series, but you're going to love the last one. My least favorite was Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice, and that was some random book that I chose to fulfill a challenge. Sweet Treats, sorry. That was our December readathon. Us Against You, Frederick Bachman. Love. Top books of 2023. 5-star. Absolutely love it. A Merry Little Me Cute. I think we read that for PBT. And that wasn't... I read so much Christmas romance in December. It was ridiculous. Like, I was all romanced out. Definitely. This is the Alphabet Challenge. These are one of my favorite challenges of the year, no matter which. If I do it for PBT or do it for Creating & Co. I love it. I did complete that one. Pop Sugar is always a disappointment for me because I never complete it. Even though I accidentally checked that I completed it in my badges, I absolutely did not. This is the closest that I've come though. So, it's just, they're so hard. And I was looking at the prompts for this year, like, they're so hard. Why do they make them so hard? Retro Reads Readathon. This was super cute. I completed that with Lessons in Chemistry. Really cute read. Gave that a 5-star. Radioactive. That was my favorite media, and they didn't give a least fave. So, and then I didn't even mark that. What was I doing with my life? Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was a good book. That was a 4-star. I didn't even mark that. Go ahead and mark this. I have my purple pen with me, so... or at least I try to keep them on my desk. I do love that. I'm kind of late with that book. I remember getting it from Goodwill. And I was like, I saw it and it was for I don't know, $3 or so. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get this book. Goodwill's books are overpriced in my opinion. But, I'm going to let that dry a little bit. They're overpriced in my opinion, but $3 was fair. Paperback book. I hadn't read it. I could have easily got it probably from my library or got it audiobook, but it was there and I own it, and a lot of people love the book. So Written Waters was another readathon. The Adventures of Amina. I gave 4-star. That was a really good book. That was a good book. I highly recommend that fantasy book. So yeah, I watched National Treasure. That is my absolute favorite. And then there's a series that's on Disney, which of course is not as good as the actual movies, but still very good. And I hope that they continue on because I love to watch stuff like that. I don't watch much TV, but I will watch stuff like that. Fairy Forest Readathon. That was another readathon that we participated. I read 4 books. I did some audiobook reading in there as well. That's where I read Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo there as well. And then Family Lore was a disappointment for me. Not a disappointment, but I expected for higher in that book. I also read some books back in the day. The Call of the Wild. I ended up reading that one. I remember that month because I read some oldies. Halloween Blast was a readathon. None of This Is True was my favorite book, 5-star. Least fave was The Island, and I think it was a Dollar Tree book, The Island. Here are my badges. Exclude this one because I accidentally did that. I did not complete the Pop Sugar, but I completed everything else. So these cute badges you can find at Creating & Co. It's just really fun. So when you buy a challenge, you also get the coordinating badge. And then this insert that I place it on is free. Not free. It's separate. Sorry. You do not have to have this. You can choose a dot grid and then place them on there, but it's up to you if you want like the coordinating insert to put your badges. And then these are the rest. These are all of the reading challenges and readathons and things like that. My next section are my book awards. So these are how I rated all of my books for 2023. Us Against You by Frederick Bachman was my favorite overall book of 2023, and that was 5-star. The favorite cover, even though I thought the book should have been better, was The Lost Apothecary. If you've seen that cover, it is stunning. Babel was the favorite standalone by R.F. Kuang. Beartown series, I read the whole series. The whole series is a 5-star. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. That was my favorite ending. And the only one left was my most anticipated release, Riley Sager. He's always among those. And then here, my favorite protagonist was Laszlo Strange in Strange the Dreamer. I finally read Strange the Dreamer in 2023. I'm so late, but it was so good. Favorite antagonist was Vidar in Us Against You. Iris and Geo in A Winter in New York. I loved that book. I gave that a 4-star. My most read genre for 2023 was mystery. And it was so funny because in 2022, it was a toss-up between thriller and historical fiction. I read so much historical fiction in 2022, and I read the least amount of historical fiction this year. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Maybe Cry the Most, 6 Goodbyes We Never Said. Oh, get the tissue. It was a 3-star. And the worst book overall that I read was Spells Trouble by T.C. Cast at 2 stars. She did these book awards for fall, which was kind of random. She normally doesn't do that, so I don't know if it was a new thing she was testing out. But for just the books that I read during the fall season, this was my book award. So None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Favorite cover was Spells Trouble at that time, even though it was the worst book overall. We're just looking at covers. Favorite indie was Georgie All Alone by Kate Claiborne. I gave that a 3-star. Most anticipated release was The Drowning Woman at that time, and I did give it like 4.5, almost 5-star. Most read was Mystery Thriller. Worst book overall was Q is for Query. Now, I haven't read all of the alphabets in the Sue Crafton. I only think I read QX, I think, because I was trying to fulfill a challenge, and I read it via audiobook, and I didn't like it. Maybe it was because it was audiobook. Don't know. I have a few extra just dot grid that are in the front that'll carry over into my new one. I still have my little handy dandy little happy planner envelope. This is where I keep my badges and all good things back here. And then this is the end where I have all of my stickers and everything there. So that is my 2023 book journal. I hope you enjoyed it all. If you have any questions about anything that's in here, maybe that I didn't mention where it's from, just leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram. I'm very happy. I do vlogs there. I do book reviews there. I do a lot of hauls. We go shopping, all of those things, and I have more things that are planned for 2024. But thank you so much for joining me here at Danielle's Desk. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.